Are you lost? Follow me. The constellations guide us to victory.
No way! It's unmistakable! The liquid is filled with corrupted magic from the ley lines! If any guests were to drink this stuff, they would completely lose their minds!
After that, they would just pass out, right?
No, even worse! They shall become pliable, obedient puppets!
All guests in attendance are rich and powerful nobles. Lord Fran sure knows how to treat his guests, huh? Doesn't look like he invited everyone over for a night of food and fun, does it? You're the only one who would crack jokes at a time like this. But you do see it, right? Lord Franz is just using this banquet to gain control over those nobles. If all of those nobles end up as Lord Franz's puppets... No, we need to stop this before it happens.
Hear that? That's the sound of the dinner bell, which means the banquet is about to begin.
Honored guests, the banquet will begin momentarily. Please find your seats in the hall just ahead. Lord Franz wishes to welcome everyone before the feast.
Welcome, my distinguished guests, and thank you for gracing my home with your presence this evening. My name is Franz. As you can all see, these are gemvine grapes, a special variety that can only be produced in these lands. Now, allow me to present the masterpiece of tonight's banquet. Our most unique brew, crafted using only the best gemvine grapes. Tonight, everyone attending the Golden Banquet will have the opportunity to savor it. At our current capacity, we can produce 20,000 casks of brew per year. More than enough to fill the goblets of every noble in the royal capital, I'm sure. Please believe me when I say this brew has the potential to add even more flavor to your lives.
Oh? From what I've heard, bad weather resulted in awful harvests across the region. Northville's wheat and Southville's gemvine grapes were both affected. Could it be that Merlin's ward no longer works? In the future, will you still be able to grow these gemvine grapes in Ryham?
No, milady, these are just rumors. Well, yes, that's it. Baseless, fear-mongering rumors, and nothing more. With the decades-long disappearance of Merlin, it's only natural that the protection over Ryham has been compromised. But I can assure you it has not affected me in the least.
Perhaps so. But Southfield's output isn't nearly enough to sustain your grandiose promises.
I have already spoken to the residents of Northville, my lady. They will begin sowing our grapes as soon as the weather allows. No need to worry.
That jerk? I can't believe he's...
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to knock over the table. Someone bumped me.
Hey, what are you doing? This is our best chance at finding out Lord Franz's motives.
Who's hiding over there? It's you lot. Guards! Throw these damn curs out right now.
Ah, I knew it would come to this sooner or later. Looks like our game of hide-and-seek is over. Get ready to fight.
Fly, my beautiful flame.
Just as I expected.
That's impossible! Who are you? Only Merlin could know that kind of magic. Where did you learn to do that?
I've been asking myself the same question. Who am I? A villainous murderer? Some flame-weaving witch? Or your most loyal student? Please answer me, my dear Magister Merlin. Magister Merlin? Wait, you're Magister Merlin? I knew it! You're the great mage I've been worshipping all along! But if anyone's a fool, it's me. I should have noticed it sooner. After all, the book always mentions Merlin's unique taste in familiars.
Which book? I'll rip it to shreds! Miss Muriel, did you already know who the Magister was, too?
Yes. No matter what magic he used to conceal it, I was never fooled. At first, I was only suspicious. But when we fought against that wind elemental, I saw his magical array.
Sorry to interrupt, Miss Muriel, but you seem aware of everything. Do you happen to know where that hypo-fiend came from?
You've all been lied to this entire time. Lied to by my mentor. What Merlin placed over Ryham wasn't a ward, but rather a seal. As for why this hypo-fiend appeared when it did, it was pure coincidence as far as I can tell. the seal continues to weaken, and the Hypofiend used a brief lapse in the seal's power to escape.
Somehow I doubt it was a coincidence. If anything, it was probably part of Dura's plan. Anyway, you must have forgotten that you placed a seal on this place long ago, right, Merlin? Otherwise, you would have known someone was trying to break the seal, and we wouldn't have gone through all of that trouble.
The way you said that, you didn't sound surprised at all. When did you figure out who he was?
Please. General Hogan would have kicked me out of the Heroic Order ages ago if I couldn't even figure out that much.
Anyways, how was Merlin's seal broken in the first place? It couldn't just be those grapes, right? Don't underestimate those grapes, even though they're not magical. They're like ticks, sucking the power from the earth, contaminating the ley lines, and disrupting the magical balance of the land. In doing so, they can weaken the seal. Does that mean the strange weather in Ryham is being caused by a magical imbalance in nature? You are a smart mage. As it stands, there is only a small break in the seal, but if you fail to repair it soon, the consequences will be unimaginable. The Hypofiend was not the only thing sealed beneath these lands. There's no telling what other sinister things are hidden underneath. Mysterious as ever, Magister Merlin. Even now you are still unwilling to tell me more than what is necessary. I imagine it's because I no longer exist in your memories. I've been searching for you for the last 20 years. But no matter what magic I employed, I found no trace of you. At the time, I feared that something had happened to you. I don't blame you for forgetting about me, but it hurts all the same. I never thought you, of all people, would console me someday. You used to be so strict with me after all. You are incredible, Lady Muriel. I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. I've never seen or heard of any other mage who could command Merlin's magic. Did Magister Merlin teach you this? Yes. Magister Merlin once said that I was his greatest student, and this was his reward for me. Whoa. I'm so jealous of you. But in the end, I was forgotten by my dearest teacher. I'd rather that he never truly cared for me.
I'm sure my Magister didn't want to forget you, Miss Muriel. Magister places a lot of importance on the feelings of others. It's just... a lot of things have happened lately, and you're not the only person who's been forgotten.
I see. Thank you, little one. Magister Merlin, to this day, I still haven't mastered the techniques you once taught me. Even after 20 years, I still have yet to catch up to you. But for many, it is only in the coldness of solitude that a flame is finally sparked. As it stands, it looks like you no longer need me. But even if it's in the smallest of ways, just this once, could I please help you? For you, anytime. After all, you are my dearest. Magister Merlin.
I see. I see. Merlin. I finally found you.
What happened? I seem to have missed a lot.
All because you insisted on going through the secret passage. Who said we couldn't go through the main entrance of the manor?
I just don't want to get mixed up with the Adamant Syndicate.
With me around, the Adamant Syndicate wouldn't dare do such a thing. Please accept the gratitude of the royal family, my dear Magister. My fiancé is in your care.
Everyone, allow me to introduce you to the Pearl of the Lightbearer Empire, Princess Peggy of Safana.
No need to bow. Rowan said you're his friends, so I allow you to ignore the formalities.
Oh, that's...
You're so indecisive. What are you afraid of? This marriage was decided before I was even born by the royal family and Reginald, who is currently the wealthiest man in the Empire and Rowan's father. A marriage contract is established upon the birth of a princess of the realm. Both parties hold fast to their promises and chastity until they reach adulthood, when the wedding is formalized. That's how it works. I accept your blessing on behalf of the royal family, my dear Magister.
There's something I need to tell you in private. Peggy is the princess of the Lightbearer Empire. Being able to marry into the royal family is also a guarantee for the Mithril Consortium. In the years after the engagement, the Mithril Consortium stayed strong, even despite the emergence of the Adamant Syndicate. That's because of the constant support of the royal family. This marriage is purely in the interests of my father and the royal family. It's a win-win situation, one would say. While Peggy didn't seem averse to our engagement, for which I am grateful, she and I were just pawns to our parents. Before I'm sufficiently independent to build my own business, I cannot make any commitment to Peggy unless it's on my own terms. I hope in the future she can see the real me, Rowan, the best merchant in the land, the new upstart of the Empire, and not just the heir of the Mithril Consortium. What was said here stays between us. You cannot tell her.
I heard you found evidence connecting Lord Franz to the fire in Northville. What's this mess about? I see. Lord Franz hired mages from the Adamant Syndicate to set fire to Northville, presumably to coerce them into planting grapes. He was actually using these grapes to absorb magic out of the land to weaken Merlin's magic seal.
No need to hide it anymore, General. We all know she is the great Merlin.
What? When did they find out about your real identity?
Letting him pretend to be a fool is harder than saving the world. I'll explain everything in my report, but there's no need to worry. Luckily, the only people who know his true identity are all right here, General. Wait, where's Lord Franz?
He fainted at the sight of the monster. So I tied him up and tossed him aside. The Adamant Syndicate? How could a bunch of merchants break Merlin's seal?
They're not ordinary merchants. We also captured an Adamant Syndicate mage back at Lord Franz's manor. I'm sure you have plenty of questions for her, right?
Come with me. I'll need your help with the interrogation.
Magister Merlin, the seal! Even though we defeated the Hypofiend, the grapes have already thrown the land's magic into chaos! The blizzards engulfing Ryham and Hollystone won't stop unless the seal is repaired. And if it breaks, even more Hypofiends are going to appear and attack everyone. Please let me tag along. Watching you cast spells up close is like living a dream. I'm in pure bliss. So, where exactly did you place your seal? During my investigation, I scoured all of Ryham for it. I even checked the Gruglin's lair, but found nothing.
So now you finally remember your beloved student, do you? Unfortunately, to keep the seal's location as hidden as possible, you refused to let me accompany you at the time. We parted ways just outside of Ryham. As for the specific location of the seal, I can't say for sure.
Then can you at least take us to the place where you parted ways, Miss Muriel?
Of course. I could never forget the sight of my teacher waving goodbye to me that day.